Hello and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Winona, and today I'll be playing the duo Dakota and Phillip. And I'm joined by the amazing, wonderful, talented.
You. Hello, everybody. I am Noodle or Pasta or Udon or whichever version you are feeling today. And I am bringing back a complete disaster, is the easiest way to describe him, Jubilee Yukon.
Hehe, yes.
So, let's begin our story, shall we?
Let's begin.
It's been, well, we're past Animus by now. It's a few weeks past.
Mm-hmm.
And Dakota and Philip, what have these two been up to in the time since then?
Well, because of the holidays and stuff, they haven't been getting much work lately. Everyone's been more preparing for the holidays, at least before they started, and afterwards, of course, all the revelry and stuff. So they've just been sort of hanging around, maybe doing the odd end jobs that are very small, but still gets them a couple of gold to make a living. But they've just been more relaxing, wandering inkwell.
Hmm. So you two have come into a new town, and as most adventurers do, there's a few taverns in here. Uh, most most all are open. There's a few that are still like they're a little slower to get going again. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but you two have found some place to post up for the day, and it's been quiet here, like almost a little too quiet, as in something is bound to happen today.
Yeah.
And how are how are they feeling about this?
Let's say at first they probably don't recognize it's just like, oh, this is a quiet. Say it's quiet, it's nice. Say we've been traveling for a bit. It's nice to have a quiet day. But then the more they realize, oh, this is not the normal sort of quiet. This is like the Toonkind sort of, oh, trouble's gonna be coming soon quiet. And they're just like, oh boy.
Hey, do you two want to roll some perception?
Yeah, let's roll some perceptions. Let's see. First one for Dakota, and the second one for Philip. As
Oh,
usual,
Philip.
you gotta love Philip.
Ah, Philip, he sees all.
Yes, nothing
But
gets past this horse.
yeah, pretty fittingly too.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause Philip had to keep an eye on a certain disaster in a certain adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And he hears something very similar coming up to the doors. And Dakota, you see, because he is quite tall, a blue beanie and fluffy brown hair with a odd white stripe through it, as one Jubilee Yukon walks through the doors and immediately clocks you two.
Yeah, the horse immediately clocks Jubilee, and his ears go back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, hmm.
yeah, and Dakota is just looks more surprised at anything, but she's now they're like, oh boy, also.
Ah. Well, this is a surprise, and he is gonna, well, not really go up and get a drink quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. This is unexpected. Look, friends. So he's gonna go and take a seat by you guys. It's fine.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
sit right down, kick his boots up onto the table. No regard for this poor tavern owner having to clean it or maintain it.
Yeah. He's like,
Just walks in like he owns the place.
as he does.
Hmm.
And Dakota sighs. It's nice to see you again.
Yes, you two as well. Looks like you have been keeping Philip out of trouble like I asked. Excellent.
Dakota smiles. And I hope you've been getting the use out of your Animus gift present.
Oh, I have. I have. Really, I mean, dice weren't really my thing before, but oh, I've been getting plenty of gold now. Thank you so much.
Dakota smiles. I thought it would be your thing. And Philip just snorts and just shakes his head a little bit. Oh, you hush now, Philip.
Aw, come on. No need to be so huffy.
uh,
I'm fine.
do you want to make a dex?
Let's make a dex save. Oh, Jubilee. This is exactly how I expected this to go. 15.
You're not able to fall to your ass off the chair as Philip swipes your feet off the table.
Yep. He spins around a little bit, and funny enough, it's a bit like spinning a signpost because he is a UPA tune. So he's a bit 2D. So he
Yeah.
just spins around a little bit, and when he comes back to stop, he's got his chin on his hand, elbow on the table, looking quite smug about this. And you don't even need to roll insight. You can guess that's probably not the first time someone's done that to him.
Yeah, Philip just stares at him. Little say, not mad at him. He's just like you.
He looks very much like a smug cat right now. So why are you two in town? This place is unremarkable. I didn't see any jobs needing adventurers or anything around.
We always check every town just in case, but and now it's more become a rest stop before heading to the next one.
Ah, any fun stories to tell?
Dakota shrugs. Nothing remarkable. Got say some monsters were having some trouble in one. They were having some troubles with monsters in one town. They're a lost kid in another. Nothing. Mainly just basic stuff. Nothing to write home about.
Really? I'd think something. Well, there's always trouble to be found somewhere. And if you two want to make another perception check.
Mm-hmm. Dakota sees
So,
nothing. Philip
Dakota-
Philip sees
oh,
everything as usual.
yeah. Well, again, this makes a little bit of sense. Dakota, you're telling the story. You're getting into this because Jubilee, he wants to know. He's
Mhm.
curious about you guys. He's definitely not have been subtly scooching a little bit more into a spot where, he wouldn't be seen from the doorway. Philip, you clock this. You clock this very well with a 21. You see, he's. Are you. Is this man trying to hide? And then you hear, oh, that's the sound of several footsteps sounding very angry and rushed coming
Mhm.
towards the doors. And I need to roll some stealth for Jubilee. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a nat
he.
20.
Yeah. Philip, you look away. You look to the doors as this big burly tune slams them open and probably makes a crack in the wall.
Yeah.
Very rude. Very
Uh-huh.
rude. He is steaming mad and is looking around. And when you look back to where Jubilee was sitting, there's a noticeable absence of Jubilee. But
Phil
you could probably figure. You
yeah,
want to roll some insight?
I feel like Philip would clock it immediately. It's just like looks at the spot where Julie is, or at least was, looks at this tune, and I feel like he's smart enough to connect the dots. And like his
Mm-hmm.
ears were like first perked up when he heard this tune come in, but then looked back at Jubilee, and then his ears are back in annoyance. He's like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah, and Dakota, you two could probably just look down. Because he's very good at hiding
Yeah.
from that tune. But he's having a conversation with you two. He's not trying to hide from you two. He's just down there like, hi. Look, we're on good terms. We're on pretty good terms, pretty good terms. I need you to do me a favor and not let that guy know I'm right here. Okay? Because I definitely did not pickpocket him. And also, his turnip stand is fine. It was broken before I got here.
Now,
Okay?
now Dakota and Phillip both have the same look on their face. But they're like, yep, this is par for the course. We've only known you for a little bit, but yes, this feels like it's par for the course.
Oh boy. And this tune is going from table to table to table. And they eventually stomp their way over. And, all right, you two.
Yes?
You seen some skinny looking fella around here?
Alright, have
There's
to.
a thief about these parts.
Uh, gotta roll deception. How.
This is understandable.
How. Say, let's see how believable Dakota is.
How believable are you, my dear? Yep,
Um, because.
yep.
No. Troublemaker? No, I haven't seen one all day. It's been pretty quiet here.
Let's see the goon. Yeah, that's what I had you have. Oh,
Yeah, I say,
mm-hmm.
see, Dakota, they are not charismatic. They say, ironically, they are not charismatic at all.
No, in this tune, he's. Hmm. He leans in really close to you, Dakota. One eye focusing real close on you.
Okay, I need to double check something with Phillip. Okay, so it'd be a +3. So as this guy leans towards Dakota, Phillip is making intimidation check.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, and Phillip is
Oh,
just like, stay away from my human.
this is an angry horse.
This is a
This
very angry horse.
like even like below the table where Jibulee's kind of like slid back under and kind of folded himself out. He's like ooh, a little nervous too, just seeing Philip like get in the face of this tune in turn. And the big guy like backs off a little bit, like, okay, fine. Keep an eye on you two. You know, shouldn't be hiding a thief.
Phillip
But I'll
continues to glare at this guy and even
mhm,
like stops his hoof in intimidation. He's like, we know, stay away from us.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he doesn't Dakota, he doesn't believe you,
Yeah.
but that's a very angry horse.
Yes.
And he's not feeling like he wants to start something with the horse. So he's
Wise
gonna
choice. Seeing the
keep
last
moving
time.
on. We don't want to fight this horse. We really don't want to fight the horse. And he stomps away to a table, and then another two before Jubilee kind of peeks out again, looking over the table like, oh dear. Well, I thought I'd have at least another 20 minutes or so before that came around.
If you we could try to smuggle you out of here.
Um, how do you propose to do that? I'm in favor of that. I think I'd be fine with that.
Dakota looks at Phillip. Phillip is big. Just hide behind him.
Looks at the horse. Looks at himself. I could probably do that. Sure. Let's try.
uh,
So,
mhm.
we're gonna need
Stealth.
stealth. We have at least one person actively searching. And you can tell the tavern's starting to get a little rowdier as this guy keeps going around. And
Mhm.
people are, oh, it's, hey, have you seen, yeah, hang on, wait, I noticed this was missing. Hold on, another table, like, wait a minute. Yeah, no, I thought that was, hold on, wait, what? And slowly the uproar is getting bigger by the moment. But they
Yeah.
don't seem to have tagged your table as the source yet.
Yeah. Dakota sees this. He's like, yeah, time to vamoose.
Yep,
Let's see. Dakota, how are you doing? Alright.
that's a 9.
That's a 9. Phillip, let's go. Let's go with you. Yep, Phillip.
Hmm. Let's see. And Jubilee, let's see, how well are you hiding behind this horse? Yeah, doing pretty okay.
Mhm.
Alright. And let's roll for these folks. Did I write down I had this, because this is the group of the tavern.
Mhm.
Oh, well,
Yep.
so Philip and Jubilee. This is fine. It's just a horse. That's definitely just a horse walking out. It's fine. It's a horse. That's great. Dakota, my dear,
Yeah.
this
Dakota,
was,
this is not their day.
yeah, the ringleader was already suspicious of you, and now that things are starting to kick off, it's a little you're leaving. You're leaving pretty abruptly, it feels like. They turn and look at you as the uproar grows, and there's a few tunes looking at you. Someone definitely by the door is watching you.
They are like, just act natural. Try to act natural. Just walk out the door. It's
Will
not
you
that
roll me some
hard.
performance?
Yes. What's your performance? Yeah, it's still a -1. Say
Oh dear.
this group, this person, Dakota, is again is not charismatic. They are a fighter.
Mm-mm.
They are not the face of the party.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty
That's
good though.
actually pretty good.
Mhm.
Need somebody else to roll again because people are actively looking for him now. 13, still good. They're still doing good. You're able to sneak out past the door and keep going. You're walking. It's normal. It's fine. Great. It's good. And we're watching you, but you're just leaving. You're done with this. You're fine. There's more important things to do here. You haven't seen a thief. You definitely haven't, and they're probably starting a mob in there. You are thinking it's time to go. Yeah, all right. They
Mhm.
can't fault you for that one. You're just a
Mhm.
traveler. You go and you walk. And eventually, when the tavern gets about to the background level of things, you do hear a loud commotion
Mhm.
and, a window or two break. If someone probably threw a table out the window.
Yeah.
Somebody said the wrong thing in there.
Yeah.
And right about then, Jubilee pops off of where he was hanging to Philip and dusts himself off. Well, that was good. Well done, you two. Excellent. I'll make rogues out of you yet.
Ugh, that was a little bit cutting it too close for me personally. I'm not the most persuasive person. The only persuasion I have is with a sword.
Ah, there's skill with a pen though. With the either written word or just word in general
I'm not
can be
fault
more effective than the sword at times.
I'm not faulting you for that. I agree. There are some times where words happen to be better than fighting, but unfortunately, when it comes to those times, that's not my entirely my strong suit.
Hmm. She glances at Philip.
Philip is
So then you're the face of this duo.
Philip does give a little smirk and a little smugness to it. He's like, "Yeah, I am," and and Dakota smiles and jabs him in the side. Oh, hush you.
He pats the horse's shoulder. Good man. Good man. Right. Well, I don't think we're going back there. Sorry
I
about that.
I agree. And if there's someone looking for you, it may be more prudent to get out of town.
Well, you see about that one. Um,
What did you do?
me nothing. No, nothing at all. Uh, I misplaced something here, and I need to find it. There was a bit of a scuffle before that I got away. I mean, it's fine,
Dakota
but
crosses
this
her arm and raises an eyebrow.
this it's I all right. Okay. Look. So claps his hands together. I have a lucky charm, and I need it because if I lose this, then well, I mean, I can't do my thing. And if I can't do my thing, that's not good. I mean, I fumbled my performances, and that's how, I find places to stay. Because, I mean, more than just being a dashing rogue and all that, I am a bit of a performer. And if I don't have that charm of mine, um, I'm off my game. I'm off my game, and I'm not exactly. He turns his pockets inside out of his coat, and there is nothing but dust bunnies in there. I'm not exactly rolling in the gold.
I want to make a history check because they've both seen this charm, but I want to see if they remember it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
I'm
what's
gonna
your
say it's
history?
not difficult because this is recent history.
Yeah, this is recent history. Okay, it's just a straight D20 for yep, and then for Philip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Jubilee was wearing a locket
Mhm.
when you guys walked into that casino.
Mhm.
Pointedly, like went and Philip, you definitely remember that he made a point to like kiss that locket in some kind of like, how
Mhm.
people like blow on the dice or something like that for luck. Yeah, he did
Mhm.
that. And then all the casino stuff happened, and you think that's definitely what he's talking about.
Yeah, and Philip nudges Dakota, and for a second it looks like he's talking to her, or to them, I should say.
Hmm.
And Dakota nods. Oh yeah, that locket thing.
Yeah, don't don't go spreading around what it is. It's just a charm. Okay, just a charm. Um,
Philip
yes,
then
I need that.
Philip then like looks like he's talking again to Dakota, they and they give a little, and Dakota gives a little bit of a nod. Out of curiosity, are you religious?
Me. Um. Oh boy. Let's roll this. If you want to roll insight, go ahead.
Yes, I
Um.
will.
Mhm.
Dakota is pretty good on insight. Oh.
Ooh, nice. Mm, no, I'm not particularly. I mean, gods haven't done much for me at all.
Hmm.
And you can tell he's not lying, but he's definitely not telling the whole truth. You can tell that.
Hmm. By the way, Phillip is talking to me about it. It seems like Lady Luck seems to be on your side.
Now that is definitely a lie. I make my own luck. Well, let's just say when you're in a situation where the world tends to not like you, they don't tend to like people like me and Philip. Roll insight.
He will roll insight. Need to check what that is really quickly.
Yeah, particularly Philip with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because he clocked this in the Cure to
Oh,
Writer's block.
nice.
Oh, Philip, you definitely know when Jubilee's talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely referring to himself as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But with people like myself, well, we need to make our own luck. And thus, swindling, cheating, lying. Yeah, you can call that luck, but I prefer to be the master of my own fate in that regard, not counting on stars and stuff.
Yeah. Philip has his ears back with that. And you can make an insight on Philip if you want.
Yeah, I think Jubilee's not thrilled at the look Philip's given him. That's a 6.
Yeah, you just get that he's not the biggest fan of villains.
Yeah, yeah, oh, Jubilee, dear. Yeah, he's actually stops a minute while you're walking through town and, like, pointedly is watching Philip, like, all right, you have something to fess up. Horse, you have a problem with me. I
Dakota
mean, it's obvious he has a problem with me.
Dakota stops and looks at Philip, and Philip just looks away a bit. And Dakota is just like he doesn't like talking about his past. And for what he's told me, it wasn't always a good one.
Hmm. So, are we gonna have a problem here?
Oh no, no. He doesn't he may not like your type of people, but he'd be a hypocrite to say that he wouldn't help you.
Hmm. Jubilee gives kind of a wry grin and looking at his glasses. Normally, you can see like the outline of one of his eyes there with those pink glasses of his, but that's definitely gone as
Mhm.
he smiles. All right, fair. But helping me, yeah, let's see, helping me. Let's go find that then. I mean,
Alright.
I can do it on my own, but if you're offering,
Eh, hey, I haven't done many good things in the short amount of what I've lived, so let's get going.
all right. And let's roll group perception or investigation, whichever one is better for you.
Can
Uh,
I possibly roll survival since I'm a ranger?
survival. How would you pose that then? How
Because
would you
I'm
make
trying
survival work?
to say if he tells what we're tracking down and possibly where it is, I would say Dakota is pretty good at tracking stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I'll let that roll then.
All right.
What is your perception? Oh. You're very good at seeing things, aren't you, Jubilee? Yep.
Ooh, yes. Dirty
Jubilee
20.
is not good at seeing things, and you can kind of tell he's been at this a while. He's getting a little worried about the fact that he can't find his locket, but
Yeah.
yeah, you two have this. You
Yeah.
two definitely have this.
Mm-hmm.
As he describes it and starts going back over where he's been in town and kind of lays out a path for you, Dakota, to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You've got it. You know, oh, it's this way and down here. And eventually, you all come around to kind of an odd place. It's just a tree. It's a weird tree
Mm.
because there's few crows in this tree.
Hmm.
And Jubilee noticeably stops because one of those crows is in fact holding the locket, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's just there. It just has the locket in its beak.
Mm-hmm.
But Jubilee has stopped at the like nearest building alleyway that you guys were coming out of and does not move.
Dakota clocks is like, what's up?
Um well, bit of a bad history with the birds. Um I mean, I'm not one for religion, but superstition, that's another thing. Crows are bad luck.
Dakota rolls their eyes. They're just animals.
Uh, well, I mean, Philip's just a horse. And he's scary.
Phillip is gonna like be like that sort of a, you're not wrong sort of head gesture.
uh,
And Dakota sighs. They look at Jubilee. Alright, you stay there and I'll go get the locket. Shouldn't take too long.
well, gives two thumbs up. I'll be right here.
Yeah, Dakota goes over to the tree and you know what's fun with Rangers, especially in the new edition? They can just cast Speak with Animals as a free action. So Dakota,
Excellent.
so they, so Dakota then uses Speak with Animals, like, hello.
And birds look down, a little bit in surprise almost that they're being talked to. And a few of them are definitely still watching Jubilee, but most of them have looked down at you. They don't talk back. They're definitely watching you, paying attention.
Hi, name's Dakota. That's my say. This is my horse Phillip, and Phillip nods, says he's come over there too. Uh, you and say we came over here to ask you like, hey, she points towards the locket. Um, that's say I'm not very sure how you got that particular locket, whether it fell out of the pocket or nothing, but I found the owner and he wants it back.
There's some chattering from the flock, back and forth. It seems to actually be pretty chaotic. Like, most of them aren't in agreement with each other, but they look back down, and one pipes up asking, oh god, I'm not gonna do voices for all the crows.
No,
Oh
no, no,
goodness,
no.
no.
You don't have to. I don't expect you to. You're fine.
But they ask what you're gonna give them in return.
Uh,
And then another one asks, why should we give it up? And another one asks, but we were supposed to keep this. And another one asks, someone says, well, someone's going to be upset if we don't.
oh. And and Dakota looks at inquisitive look. Who wants this locket?
And a few of the birds look over to Jubilee. He does.
Yes, that's the owner of the locket. He would want it back, of course.
And another one in back pipes up. And do you want to make perception?
Yes.
And I'd figure both Dakota and Phillip should roll this one.
Alrighty. Perception. That's gonna be a plus. This is Dakota and Phillip.
One is a little harder.
Mm.
Phillip gets it.
Mhm.
It's 15. Phillip, you clock that this bird has a ribbon around its neck. And it's a little weird because it has like an upside down heart charm on it.
Mm.
And that's interesting. Do you want to roll history?
Yes. Let's see your. You remind myself what that is. Okay, so 20 plus 2. All right.
Okay. So you clock, you don't know exactly what that is, but you know it's like has something to do with some adventurer. You might have heard of them. Like you think you might have heard a tale or two, but it's hard to recall. It's pretty hard to recall.
Yeah, and
That
Philip.
this is something.
Yeah, and Philip leans over to Dakota, and because she can talk to animals, now I can do Philip's voice like, "Hey, look at that particular one. Look at that heart-shaped locket. It seems familiar, but I can't get it. Any clues?" And Dakota is now gonna roll history.
Mm-hmm.
Straight D20 for them. Mm.
Yeah. That's DC.
Mhm.
Dakota, yeah. Now that it's been pointed out, huh? Oh, yeah, there was some legendary adventurer that particularly, yeah, you clock because that person's also a ranger. And you can probably figure, oh, these crows are connected to that person. And you notice there's a few others that have similar ribbons and charms around their necks.
Mm. Legendary hero. Again, with a say who has a locket from a villain, and Dakota's like, "Oh boy." Good thing they're both morally gray.
And the crows are again saying that there's a loud cacophony again as they seem to be in disagreement. And then the one that you first clocked with the charm, like pause and gets him to settle down some, um, and says they don't want the locket. Who they were sent by doesn't want the locket. They don't care about the locket. They care about the locket only because Jibulee wants the locket. And they want Jibulee.
Mm. Dakota nods. Makes sense. Hmm. Try to figure out how they want to do this.
Mm-hmm. You could make, I'd say, persuasion, any kind of roll you want,
Mhm.
so long as you can spin it to try and get the crows to give up that locket. They all seem to be like some groups
Mhm.
aren't so into this idea. Some of them seem more entertained by what's going on.
Mhm.
Some of them just aren't interested in it, and some of them are just saying E over and over again. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. But these birds are off.
Mhm. I mean, if say, hmm, she's not. Unfortunately, they're not good with persuasion, but because like, well,
However you'd like to roll. If you want to do
mm,
animal handling, maybe?
animal handling would be more their style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty good. Pretty good. 21 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So what do you do to convince these birds to hand over the locket?
Mhm. They get a say. They think about it, and they mention, "Hey, something to trade." And Dakota definitely has multiple days rations, and they're like, "Well, you said you wanted to trade before, and I got some free food." And they pull out their
Several of the
ration.
birds immediately perk up and start chanting crumbs.
Not just crumbs. This is the good stuff. As this is just like
Oh,
a full loaf of bread along with some meats and stuff.
oh, the flock have zeroed in on this food.
But
Oh, Dakota, you know what is up with these birds.
but I'm more than willing to give you this, but I need that locket, please. And they hand out their hand for the locket.
Another discussion among the birds, and some of them seem like, oh, but they should keep it because they're supposed to keep it, and they need to get Jubilee. But some of them are like, but bread, the bread, the crumbs, we need the crumbs. And seems to eventually come to some sort of consensus that, well, it's not like he's going anywhere. They can find him again. They know what they need here. They really want the bread. They really want it. And the one crow that was holding the locket flits down, lands on your shoulder, Dakota, and drops the locket in your hand.
Thank you very much. And as an order, they put down the bread and the other rations for the crows to go ham wild and feast on, and they walk back to Jubilee.
And crows absolutely go bonkers over this bread. They are loving this bread. And though there's still a few that stay in the tree, one of them actually has a black kind of heart
Mhm.
symbol, and
Mhm.
it's some white on its feathers. It seems to be the leader of the flock.
Mhm.
Uh, it keeps an eye on you as you go, but doesn't stop you or try and go and get anything.
Mhm. Yeah, and Dakota and Phillip walk back to Jubilee.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to roll some insight?
Yes.
Oh, that's a 2, my dear Jubilee. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dakota's like, they are now watching Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilee's sweating. He's like got the collar of his jacket popped more and his arms crossed, trying to not look at the crows. Oh,
Superstition my ass. Who's the hero?
what? Huh? What do you mean, hero? I don't know what you're talking about. A hero? What hero? Hmm. Did you get the locket?
Yes, I did, and they're holding it in their hand.
He reaches out to
Nope.
try and grab it.
He 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 pull he pull they pull back.
Uh,
Who's the hero?
look, it's nobody important. I mean,
I
I've
mean, I've seen their symbol on those crows. They're a ranger like me.
oh no, he's I thought it was his flock. Oh no, I've been here too long. Well, you see, I I may be trying to avoid someone. Um,
Dakota
and
raises an eyebrow, and you don't need it inside. They're like, oh, do tell.
look, I didn't do anything to him. Or them. I didn't do anything to this person. um, it's just been trying to avoid the crows because they're the little snitches who tell me where I am. No, look, we don't have beef or anything, if that's what you're thinking of.
Dakota nods at that. They respect that. I mean, hero villain dichotomy. They've lived in Inkwell for a bit. But you still didn't answer my original question. What's their name?
Uh, well, Raven. His name's Raven.
That wasn't that hard, was it? As
A
they
little
as
bit.
they like put their hand out again for them to take the locket.
And he quickly yanks the locket and kind of like opens it up just a smidge to make sure inside's fine and secures it back around his neck again. I I was gonna stay here, but I suppose I do have to keep moving if those annoyances was here.
Come on. And Dakota gets onto Phyllis' back. I'll give you a ride.
What? Oh, all right. He'll hop up onto Philip's back, little warily, because last time Philip let him up, it was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. They charged into battle. He's never charged into battle on a horse before, but it definitely seems, especially with that 9 deception,
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty rattled from seeing that flock of crows.
Yeah, and Philip doesn't go off with a full gallop. He does trot away though. They make
Hmm.
sure to go through the town so the say they can try to get the crows off their trail a bit.
Hmm.
Look,
And
I
they
say
don't seem to be following either.
yeah, and
The bread
Dakota
has consumed them.
yeah, and Dakota like doesn't look at Jubilee, but is like, look, I understand. I've done mercenary work. There are people that don't like me either. I'm not say I mean, I don't try to lean the side on villain, but at the same time, a job's a job, you know?
Kind of winces a bit. It's not exactly that they don't like, I don't know if they don't like me. I just don't want to face him.
Well, he's looking for you. That's what they said. That's why they wanted the locket.
Yeah, and he can keep looking. It's been several years. I'm not exactly going to just walk back. Um, look, it's that's one thing that you definitely don't need to concern yourself with. I'm not dragging anyone else into that.
Hey, that's alright. Again, morally gray for the most part, though. Not to say that I don't lead the sign on good, but I say, I mean, I definitely don't want to go back to. I definitely don't want to be dragged back to where I was before.
Mm, yep. Yeah. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
that was he seems to have closed back off again, shored himself up, but definitely keeping a very close eye on you, Dakota. What do you mean where you were before?
Well, Dakota's quiet. When you didn't have. When I didn't. They sigh. I didn't have the best childhood. And my dad wasn't the best person.
Hmm. Oh, father issues. Is he just a prick or
Dakota is silent for a little bit as they then reach down and you could see their back as they lift up their shirt and you see marks.
oh,
And then they put it back down without another word.
Jubilee's quiet for a minute, but whew. You don't need to roll insight when he speaks again.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he's only heard a smidge of this person, but when he talks again, he is furious. That kind of ice cold anger that makes you almost like, "Oh, this is the scary villain. Uh-oh."
Mm-hmm.
When he talks again and I certainly hope that your I wouldn't call them a father. No father would do that. Certainly hope he got what was coming to him.
I hope so too.
Mhm. Well, all the better. You've got Philip now, and pat pat horse. They're riding away.
Yeah. Philip nods with their head. And they even reach back their head and like nuzzle Dakota's leg, and Dakota smiles as they pet their mane. Yeah, I've always had Philip. He's just always been he's been around since I was pretty much a baby.
Hmm. Good lad. Good to have someone who sticks by you.
Yeah. So, I know there's another town that's a little say it's a little bit of a track, but if we want to get away from those crows, I know a town that's a bit farther away that we could probably lose them.
Oh, I've got no plans.
All right.
You think you can stand me for the next few days? Looking at Philip with a smug grin.
Philip just rolls their eyes as they look back on the road. I can definitely handle you, and Philip can at least tolerate you.
I'll take tolerate.
All right.
Just wait. By the end of this journey, I'll have won him over.
Roll athletics with disadvantage.
Oh, how do we get that done? Athletics. Oh, yeah, you're a very strong boy, Jubilee. You definitely are. That's the 8.
No, no, no. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that Jubilee hasn't like. Here's the thing: unless Jubilee has been given writing lessons, probably not. Like,
No, he has not.
yeah. See, here's the thing. Yeah, Philip like was letting you ride him before, as Philip then suddenly has a burst of dash energy as Jubilee just goes tumbling off this horse in the back as Philip does a little bit of a sprint as Dakota just laughs as like Philip then like does that little sort of trotting sort of I'm proud dance as he then turns back after his dash to see Jubilee on the ground in maze and laughter.
Jubilee tumbles, a little bit of a dust cloud, and sits up. Ugh, dizzy. There's spirals in his glasses before he shakes himself. All right, I get it. I get it. Okay, I can walk. I can walk. Gets up and walks back over. He'll walk alongside Philip.
Phil say Philip just has a shit eating grin.
Get you back, mark my words.
Philip just doesn't look at you, but it's still that grin, and Dakota just laughs. Eventually.
Mm, And I think as they start making their way towards
Mm-hmm.
this next town,
Mm-hmm.
we can pan the camera back.
I agree. I feel like that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Yep. And to our listeners, thank you everyone for coming to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And bye bye.
Bye bye.